It all depends on a ratchet strap and a spanner. Straightening up that foil behind.
MacGyver thing.
Well, this is the story of the morning, folks. This is Kalle Rovanperä. Don't forget, 13 points behind Elvin Evans in the championship race, the second stage of the morning. Well, at the end of the stage, Kalle mentioned maybe a wrong pace note. They've hit that rear left quite hard, but they've damaged the rear left suspension. So there we go. Take a look at that. Slightly mashed behind the brake disc there. Have a look at that. That's where the damage is. Taking a good look at the wheel and the tyre. It sounded very dramatic. They came through the stage very, very cautiously after they had that hit. Cost them over 3 minutes. The potential was catastrophic. It's not that bad. 3 minutes, massive amount of time to lose, but plenty of time for Rovanperä, if he can get this sorted, to get back into this race and to start basically clawing back positions. But that's all dependent on whether or not it's completely fixable. He's taking a good look on the right side as well. Izagame's tunnel still to come, 20 Ks or so of Izagame's tunnel, and then there's a service. Tomorrow there is no service. Today,
the black bracket is completely gone, and it's also the part where it's connected, it's ripped from the threads. So basically both left side threads are ripped off. So I don't think you can fix anything there, but at least one of them could fix something.
so the threads are completely ripped off. Both of the threads with that part that, as you can see, has become detached from the hub itself. So the threads, both of them gone. But what Kalle said there was one of them is perhaps fixable. Talking to the engineers. So they've got the engineers on the phone.
So yeah, it's a bit on the limit if something happens, but for sure you can try to drive like that, but it's not really safe.
Okay, so it's on the limit if something happens, is what Kalle said there. So they don't have the spare part they need. They can work something. They can effect some kind of repair. But as he said, it will be on the limit. Over 3 minutes lost already. That's not a disaster. 3 minutes. If he can make up a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes of that, which he can, maybe not on the leaders, but certainly on our top 4 or 5, that puts him back into a decent point scoring position and keeps him in the game, which is the most important thing. Keeps him in the hunt for this year's championship title. This could be a massively defining moment. Just trying to... That's Katsuta-san having a good start to the event. There we go. Yeah, they're lucky they've got good reception here. That's another reason for stopping out in the open here, is to make sure you get good reception to the engineers. So it's phone calls, it's photos, it's potentially videos going back to the engineers as well. Here we go. The ratchet straps are coming out. That's always a concern. Ratchet straps do work. They do give you certain ability, but they're limited. But have a look. So this toolkit here, there are a lot of tools in that toolkit that are very, very particular. Some of them are a little more general. Some of them are adjustable. But any bolt on this car, anything that needs adjusting, they will absolutely have the tools to do it.
MacGyver stuff.
MacGyver thing.
Well, so what's Kalle putting in there? He's fitting something with that Allen key in. Is that to attach the suspension part to? I suspect so.
To get the pulley through.
Yeah. Let's just watch and listen for a bit. So here we go. You can see what they've done. So they've put a fixing point onto the rear of the hub. They've then run a couple of Jubilee clips onto that broken suspension arm, and the ratchet strap has gone through the fixing point underneath the Jubilee clips. They're now tightening it up. So they've created that loop between the hub and the suspension, the broken suspension arm. They're now tightening it as much as they can. Johnny, just with his telephone, just speaking to the engineer there, and it's a video call, so he's showing the engineer the fix. Shh.
Yes?
If you take one of the subpart bolts out,
Okay.
strengthen the wishbone bolts. There's a big washers in there. You can put also one washer underneath here. What you have on this bracket?
This one you mean? Oh, the big one.
Yes.
But it's a long one like this, so...
It should be fine. And then basically this 10 mil spanner which you clips, you will tighten around the tooling.
Okay, we just need to use this one here as a spacer, otherwise it's way too long.
Okay. Or take the some bolt, it's much shorter.
Yeah, we take it. Jonne is taking it.
So the engineer can see what Kalle needs, and what he's saying is, look, you can get a bolt from the front of the car. So Yanni's at the front of the car. I don't know where he's taking that bolt from, but he's taking it from the front of the car. They want to reinforce that fix at the back. So the ratchet strap, the Jubilee clips are just used to direct the straps. They're not used to hold the straps on. The strap has then gone up and round, I suspect, part of the subframe from the sump guard. Okay, so the bolt that they need, they know exactly what bolt they want. Now, the voice you could hear in the background there, that was an Estonian voice. That's Kalle's chief engineer that they're talking to. Yeah, look, they're just measuring it. There we are. This is the destination of this year's World Rally Championship driver's title. Could be. Well, this is pivotal. This is pivotal to it. So the spanner is being used as an extension of that arm, David.
Splint. Yeah.
It's a splint. It's a splint.
We've seen Elvin do this before in Sardinia, didn't we, in the Fiesta, where you then get to wrap the Jubilee clips around, hold it in place. Worked for Elvin.
You know, this is what we do, folks. We get to where the action's happening, where the stories are being told at Dirtfish. If you want the behind the scenes of how this happened and how we got here, Club Dirtfish. Don't forget, have a look. Club Dirtfish. Press the button. Go to. Come and join us, folks. Ask the questions. Get involved in the debate. Find out exactly what it is we do to get to these seminal moments, and they are seminal, definitive moments in the World Rally Championship. Oh, look, TV people have just turned up. 20 minutes late, boys, but hey-ho. Yeah, it's got to be a little bit respectful. Giving them a bit of space, giving them a bit of time. There's obviously the primary fix, which is the spanner. The ratchet strap is the secondary fix. They're talking about a third fix as well.
No idea.
It could be cable ties. Genuinely, it could be.
Can you calculate how we tighten the road section?
Here we go. That's the big question. That's the co-driver question.
That's exactly where Yanni comes into his own.
How much time we have and how many kilometers? I can calculate in my head.
You had 43 Ks and you had 25 minutes advance.
But how much we have time to DC now?
Your DC.
What is the small flavor? What you want?
10:05.
So how much we have time? 56 minutes. So we should be fine.
56 minutes. 56 minutes until they're due into the stage. Yanni Holton, as he said, just give me what I need. Give me the distance. Give me the in time, and I will work it out. That is what you want under pressure. That is what you want, David.
And that's Yanni, isn't it? You know, two-time world champion. Just cut out all of the chaff, all of the noise. Just tell me, like you say, just black and white. Tell me what I need, and I'll get on with it and do it.
Yeah, impressive. Hugely impressive. Kalle, how did it happen?
Just the one corner too fast.
Kalle, how good is that repair you've made? Is it going to allow you to get through the next one?
We will see soon.
So there we go. That is Kalle Rovanperä, Yanni Holton. They've been stopped for a good half hour working on that. They do have plenty of time to get to the next stage. The big question, look at that rear left. It is wobbling like a good one. That rear suspension arm is not attached, but as we saw, there is a band-aid there. That spanner splintered onto the hub. It's held on in a secondary repair with the ratchet strap. David, what's your thought? It's not going to hold.
I don't really see how it can, Cole, but the only thing you could say there is potentially the wheel is a little bit buckled. He's got a good wheel in the boot, and sensibly he's put that damaged wheel on so he can save the good wheel for when he gets to the stage. But that's a buckled wheel for sure, but there's more than that, isn't there?
There's more than that. Yeah, it is the wheel, the damaged wheel. That's a very good point, David. Is still on the rear left. They will use that all the way to the stage, so they need another 2 minutes when they get to the stage, just maybe not 2 minutes even, just to change that wheel over to the good wheel. But the big question, what do we hear? 46 kilometers from the end of the stage to the start of the next stage. Do they have enough in that repair to A, get them to the stage, and then potentially get them through what is a massively demanding Izagame's tunnel? The tarmac itself, in the majority, smooth. As we talked about, though, there are forces, lateral forces on every corner, left and right, braking, accelerating all the time. Is this where 3 become 2? 3 drivers starting this event with real chances of this year's title. Elvin Evans leading the way from Kalle Rovanperä and Seb Ogier. At the end of Izagame's tunnel, it might be down to two. It might be down to Evans and Ogier. It all depends on a ratchet strap and a spanner. Okay, we are probably 10 kilometers further down the road section on our way to Izagame's tunnel, and Kalle and Joni have pulled over. As you could see, the wheel really wobbling on that rear left. So Joni's just maybe tightening that ratchet strap up, just having a look. Is that... Well, we didn't see the spanner coming out, so the spanner is probably still there. No, it's still there. I can still see it. Kalle, you've pulled over. How's it feeling?
Yeah, I think we just try to tighten it more. When the suspension is moving, it's never easy to fix it because, yeah, all the spanners and everything move. So let's see if they are still there.
There we go. So just checking that the ratchet strap is still tight, that spanner, as he said, is still there.
The repairs that you did on the road trip, how confident were you going into that stage with it?
Yeah, it was clear that it will not really hold much of driving, but at least we got through everything and back to service. So yeah, the guys can now properly fix the car.
Were you surprised that you got through it?
Not really. When we saw what we can do and yeah, normally if you just manage the driving, not push too much, you can come through like that.
Where do you go from here? Now 4 and a bit minutes down?
Yeah, for sure. We just try to fix the car, keep driving normally until Sunday and see what we can get. Obviously, there is still chance to get some points if we keep going. So that's the plan at the moment.
And a quick word about exactly what happened in that call.
I haven't properly checked the onboard, but probably just a bit too optimistic base mode. Came just a bit too fast and slid to the rail. And yeah, it obviously went deep enough to hit one of the poles. Normally when you hit the rail like this, it's not so bad, but yeah, now this time the pole just ripped off the suspension.
Not ideal for the championship.
Not ideal.